Hey guys, welcome back to the No Holds Barred Network with a live special of Indy Talks. It's been a while since I've done another episode of Indy Talks, but I'm your host as always, the EVP Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, the Queen of the Indies. And today we had to bring on the boss man, Matt Tremont. What's going on?
I'm good, busy. How are you? Thank you
I'm
for
good.
having me on.
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, busy weekend. I'm really stoked. We're gonna talk everything Hustlepalooza. Guys, like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. If you guys got questions for Matt, I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Just drop them into the chat. But yeah, we're gonna talk everything about this weekend in Atlantic City. So I'm hyped. I mean, I've been focusing a lot on H2O lately, which has been great. We've had you on the Under the Rope series before. We talked a lot about you and your history with wrestling. We talked a little bit about H2O. So I guess we could go a little more deeper for anybody that isn't aware about H2O. Can you like give the fans out there like a little bit of H2O if they have not watched H2O?
100%. I think a lot of people if more recent viewers of the product, I think a lot of people are aware that or that they think we've only been around a couple of years, and we are primarily a school and just started running events. A lot of the newer audience, but we've been around. We just celebrated our 5-year anniversary. First show was June 2016, and we were just it was myself and Danny Havoc that came up with the concept of the company and the name, and we were just running shows to have fun. And over the course of time, shows going by, um, it got to the point where Jim Molyneux, the building I'm in now, the H2O Wrestling Center, was the OTW arena, old time wrestling, and I was renting the building from Jim to run H2O shows here. And then he hit me up very early on a Monday and said, Matt, I'm washing my hands of this chapter, and the building is available if you want to move into it full time. And that was a huge thing that got thrown into my lap out of nowhere because I didn't have a pot to piss in at the time. And going from a part-time wrestling company then to uh, moving into our own facility, opening a school and running full time was a huge was a big thing. I needed $5,500 to move in. First month's, last month's, and a security deposit, and I did not have that. So, but I knew being able to move in here would change the game for us. I sold pretty much everything I owned to get that money to be able to move into this facility and do what we're doing today. And we moved in here July 2018. We opened the school the following month, and now a little over 2 years. 2 years later, we've had some great aspiring wrestlers come through our school, and we went from running part-time events to running multiple shows a month, live on IWTV and that platform they provide us, and it is a full-time job, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
It's such a great feeling, like being there and being a fan, watching whether I'm home or whether I'm there. But like everybody's a family, and it's crazy because it went from like not so many shows to like blown up with so many shows. A lot of your students even host shows there. Sean Henderson has his shows. He's got shows coming up. I saw Frankie and Rocket are having a show in November. Shocky's having his show. Like it's Chad Spectacular had a show. It's so nice to watch the kids bloom and have their shows and what they want, match wise. It's such a fun experience. So, but
They
yeah,
they've put a I don't let just anybody run here,
yeah.
uh, especially with the rentals. Sometimes they can be a headache when there's outside promoters and companies coming in. So I've really got to build a relationship with that person in order to do business here. And as much as I always wanted to be a wrestler, wanted to be a promoter and booker as well, and to, have students that here, that wanted to partake in that too, and run and promote and book. I could not give them the platform to do so. And Sean and Bryce and Shockey coming up, and everybody, all my kids that have run shows in the building, they've all done extremely well. Drawn good crowds and done good business. So very proud of them.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. Jeff Cannonball's in the chat. He goes, let's get right to the hard-hitting questions. Favorite Celine Dion song?
Oh, he's put me on the spot.
I can't with you.
I'm going to have to check. Cannonball just sent me a Celine Dion track to listen to the other day. Exceptional.
You're a hot mess, Jeff Cannonball. I love him so much. It's so great. Actually, I miss his soda reviews. When are those coming back? Let me know. I'm like, they need to come back. So let's talk a little bit about Hustlepalooza. Let's dive into that, because we've had like a bunch of history going on the last couple months. 440H came in, took complete over of H2O, lost every belt. So how do you feel about it? I see you walking around, like I saw you up top, like upset that you've lost all the students, everybody lost the belts. Now 440H took completely over. We just had the celebration this weekend. Like, your thoughts?
So this, war with 440, this has been going on since Ricky Shane Page put me out on my back, and I was looking under the bright lights when he retired me back on Mischief Night of last year. And I thought it was over then. And November 28th of last year, no excuses, is pretty much when this officially started, and has been going on since. And that's when Atticus and Greg ran through our building and attacked Sean and skewered him in the head. And ever since then, it's been a game of one-upsmanship to see who's can outsmart the other, because Ricky Shane Page made it emphatic to make my life a miserable hell, because he thought in retiring me, and in doing so, I wouldn't be in the business. But I'm still in the business, running the company and the school and everything else. So he's trying to take it all away, and they've been doing good so far at it. But last week, it was the first time we started to fight back, and come together and show our true colors, because we have been in a vulnerable state for months and months and months. They've literally taken everything away from us. So now, art imitates life many times, and now it's time for us to fight back. Is the new title belt nice? It's cool, but I'd rather see it around the waist of an H2O guy. Absolutely. So Atlantic City is a crucial point in the story that we're telling, and a crucial point just in H2O's history. We've only ran outside of Williamstown one other time, and that was this month. 2 years ago, we ran in Dayton, Ohio for the first Hustlepalooza, and now we're going to the showboat, and it's up to every show is our biggest show ever now. Yeah. And this weekend is our biggest show ever. And it's going to tell me a lot of things about where the company is and where the company is going to go in the foreseeable future.
The last 5 minutes of Saturday's show was a lot. Like, I saw, like, me physically being there and watching everybody come out trying to attack 440H. And I saw social blew up about it too. It was real. I felt that, like, it was like, all right, like, we're coming. We're not sitting in the back anymore. I mean, Marcus Matters has wrestled RSP, he main evented before. Like, it's like impossible. And even like G Raver and how that turned out as well. So, I mean, it's a lot. It's very emotional. And even like you said in AC, it's the big show, and you guys are coming out. And I mean, I hope you guys, like, you're coming to the show. You should be coming to the show. First row, second row, third row is sold out. Congrats to you, Matt. Like, that's amazing. Like, I'm so excited. And then so there's still tickets obvious available for general admission. So if you're not on this train, get on the train. Let me grab into this chat over here. Rob from Bob Culture Podcast. I'm sorry, Rob, I'm botching. He said, cliche question, but what do you like better, having been an in-ring talent or the behind the curtain role?
If you asked me that a year ago, I would have said promoter and booker. But now, as time has gone by since being retired, at the end of the day, and I will always be a wrestler. I miss it, but the position I'm in now, as I start to see what's all going on, and it's not just me that doing all the work, because it's a collective team effort by everybody here. I enjoyed this process a lot. The creative process, sitting down and getting input from the boys to see what we're going to do and go where. And because there's just I'm all about positivity, positive energy, and just a lot of good things going on here in the building. And that's what inspires and motivates me every day to keep this thing going, because right now it's you don't know how long this train's going to last, or this ride's going to last. So we'll ride it till the wheels fall off. But at the end of the day, yeah, I'm a pro wrestler at heart.
Nick Papa Giorgio is in the chat. Okay, like, really, Nick? He says, thanks for giving me back my job, boss. Like, what was going on this weekend? Okay, like, I don't know. I question you, Nick. I very well question you. So
he's been minding his P's and Q's. He's been calling it right down the middle. So he's our senior official. We need Papa G.
Definitely. Kylie's in the chat. He's like, I've been so hype about 4ProH having the titles. Damn. Wow. I don't know. And we need to talk about the fact that RSP keeps walking away from me. I keep trying to interview him on the podcast. The first time at Deathiversary, he walked away from me. Then I bring him a cake. He walked away, but he came back and took my cake. I don't know. Like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I don't know what I need to bring him. I don't know. I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna bring him something Sunday. I don't know. But all right, let's talk about some of these matches here, because there is a lot going on. If you guys are not following H2O Twitter and Facebook and all the social platforms, and you don't know what's going on with all the matches are announced. But we're gonna start. So I'm just going by what I have loaded into the program for you guys. So we're gonna start with Marcus Matters and Dylan McKay and Steve Sanders. So I'm really looking forward to this. Marcus and Dylan obviously been in the ring numerous times together. They've teamed together. They've been in 3-ways. It's nuts. And now Marcus and Billy are teaming together. And Dylan pretty much kind of like turned his back on Austin Luke after this weekend, throwing in the towel and teaming up with Steve Sanders, and pretty much Marcus calling them bozos and all that fun stuff. But in your opinion, like, what do you foresee out of this match?
This is probably one of the more personal matches on the card. I mean, Dylan, Marcus, and Austin, they've been together on the main roster since they debuted. So there's, personal ties between the three. And I feel like Dylan's been planting seeds for a while, especially on Sean Henderson shows. And True Colors have been shining bright. And we saw that come to fruition last weekend. So this is a big tag match for all four involved. For Sanders, for Dylan especially. You got a personal grievance, and now they're going to air their grievances in Atlantic City. Excited to see Billy and Mark tag. I'm a big fan of Billy's work. She's a technician. Marcus is the Flash, and I think they're going to have one hell of a tag team match this weekend.
Yeah, I was hyped. I didn't really expect that this was going to be. I mean, I'm not surprised. To be honest with you, I'm not surprised at all. But I'm really looking forward to this. It's actually probably like one of the show stealers, I feel like, of this match card. And I'm really looking forward to it. So kudos to you guys, whoever wins. So let's move on to another match. Actually, I had Kennedy Copeland on last night on Under the Rope series. If you guys didn't watch that, go check it out. But she came out at Atticus the last Saturday. So she's coming for that Danny Havoc Hardcore Championship. And I told her, be careful of the skewers, since that's his thing, obviously. But this, man, for someone little, right? Like, a lot of people look at Kennedy and they're like, oh, she's so tiny. And going up against Atticus, like, man. Like, what do you expect from this one?
I'm all about Kennedy Copeland. A quick story about her. I was unaware of her until Sean Henderson booked her for one of Sean's shows, I believe towards the end of last year or early this year. And I saw Sean booked her. I then watched via the YouTube 2 of her Limitless matches, and I liked her work. And then she worked G Raver here, and I did the commentary for that match. And after viewing those few matches online and here live in the living color, I was a fan of her work, and it was a matter of time before I wanted to give her an opportunity here. And you know, because she's been wrestling, she's had quite a few matches already here in this building, but she didn't wrestle for H2O yet. You know, it was right place, right time, and you know, right show. And she was the first ever woman in Hardcore Kingdom. She was the first participant announced, and I don't even think she knows how special she is and how talented she is. And she's going to do a lot of things here at H2O. She's like the little Spike Dudley, Mikey Whipwreck. She's tough as nails, you know, all rolled into one. And she has all the potential in the world. And if there's anybody that's waving the proverbial H2O flag, it is Kennedy Copeland. And if I'm Atticus, I'm scared. This woman's coming right after him, and she's coming to take that title on our biggest show ever thus far. So
she said it.
Go get him, Kennedy.
She said it last night. She's like, I'm coming for that belt. And like you said, she's had some amazing matches. I mean, it's crazy the people that she's been in the ring with in H2O alone. Her and Mickey Knuckles, and we were talking about her and Nolan last night. Like, she's had some really great matches, and I think it's like you just don't sleep on her because you just don't know. So good luck, Kennedy. Like, bring that damn title home, okay? Like, come on. So since I brought up Mickey Knuckles, let's talk about with Jimmy Line and the Young Studs. So I'm actually surprised. So how did this pairing come about with Mickey Knuckles and Jimmy Line?
Chondo and Mickey worked each other, I think back in April, and they killed it. That was Mickey's first time here, first time in the area in some time. And Chondo, he was a big catalyst to bring Mickey in, and he's just a big fan of Mickey and her work. And the Young Studs, they've been just toying around with Chondo the last show or two, and you know, took him out back at the Deathiversary. Chondo wasn't even here last week, and now he's got it. I look at Chondo and Mickey as like little brother, big sister, and big sister's coming to save little brother. So he doesn't get his ass beat no more. But Chondo's tough as nails. Mickey's a veteran legend in the hardcore genre of the sport, and I think they're going to give Eric and the Bev a run for their money. I'm looking at this tag match very similar to, for old CZW fans, Hate Club versus it was Nick Gage, Justice Payne against Necro Butcher and Toby Klein back in 2005. And that's the vibes I get from it. So it's going to get very chaotic in Atlantic City with that tag match.
Oof. I am stoked for this. It's going to get crazy. Like, so let me ask you this too. Like, are we expecting, like, are we going to see anything? Are we going to see light tubes? Are we going to see barbed wire? Are we going to see anything crazy like that in Atlantic City?
I would say The biggest thing that H2O has done this year that I think that has helped get us over with the crowd and that has really made us stand apart has been less is more, and doing more hardcore than death match, because you can see it a lot of places, and I think it's helped H2O stick out more. We've only done light tubes, I would say maybe 2 or 3 times all year long. I think going into Hustlepalooza, you will get a buffet of very different types of matches and stars. And as far as the violence that will ensue, you got a casket match, and you got a 4-way, and Atticus and Kennedy. I think you're gonna get some. The violence will be the brutality in the matches itself, not so much the gimmicks. But will you see light tubes and barbed wire? I would say no glass for this presentation of H2O in Atlantic City, but you will get H2O as it is, 100% minus light tubes, because I think a lot of times the light tubes get a little overdone, and they become dependent on them, and you can still tell a good violent story without them. And really what we do at H2O is not violence for the sake of violence, and we're really building these things and telling stories. And if the blow off of said feud needs to come to a halt, and it needs to be a death match and have glass, then so be it.
Right.
But right place, right time. But we are going to give you what H2O does best, and that's hardcore wrestling.
I love that, and I love even Air to Thy Throne. I feel like that's one of my favorite personally shows that's gone on, because I always go back to Dylan, Marcus, and Austin when they had their match, and then it was with thumbtacks and everything. So I feel like every match had a different outlook, and I like that about it. That, like you said, light tubes, same spot over and over and over again. I love light tubes. Don't get me wrong, but I also like the fact, like you said, you get a buffet of everything, so it keeps you interested. So, let's move on to another match here. Let's talk about one of these big matches. Let's talk about Tony Deppen and Austin Luke. This was the first match announced for Hustlepalooza. I am excited. Tony Deppen hasn't been in H2O for a little bit, and he's back. And Austin Luke, I feel, has finally found his place in the ring, and he's so good. And up against Tony Deppen, this has to be a dream match for Austin Luke. Has to be. So this is gonna steal. This is another match. Honestly, they're all match stealers. It doesn't really matter. But this is one definitely that you guys should really keep your eye out on. So, what do you think about this?
So, Deppen hasn't been on a wide variety of H2O shows, excuse me. But Deppen was on the first H2O show ever. And anytime he's been back, they've always been big moments in H2O history, because Tony Deppen's a big talent.
Right.
And I've always been a Tony Deppen fan, and that's when I go back to when I was helping run On Point Wrestling. He's one of the best in the world right now at what he does. And so is Austin Luke, but the rest of the world don't know it yet. And he knows it, though, because he's confident in what he does. I can tell you right now, this match is the semi-main event in Atlantic City, because I know how special it is to him, and I know how special that match is going to be. It's our Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness match, and the whole world, at least the people in Atlantic City, will find out who Austin Luke is as a performer, as a worker, and Tony Deppen is the best person to test Austin to see truly what he has and how far he's willing to go to make it in the business. It could steal the show. It could be. It's going to be so good. I don't even want to think about it. It's going to be that good.
I feel Matt.
I'm excited to watch it.
I'm
And
so excited. Yeah. That's so great. No, he's so great. He's so good. If you guys if you follow the No Holds Barred Network, I've been going through a lot of the students. Austin Luke's been on the Under the Ropes. If you guys watch the Indy Talks series, when I do backstage stuff over at H2O, you'll see a lot of these guys. And I have the mix. We'll have stuff about getting ready for their matches or fun goofball things. So you guys get to know who these guys are. And Austin Luke, man, he's got some killer kicks. That's what I could definitely say. That's the first thing I always noticed about him. He's got these killer kicks. So you're right. This is a match. Do not sleep on this match, guys. And if you don't know who Austin Luke is now, you will learn. So this is a perfect setup, I feel of a match for Austin. So we're going to move on to Drew Blood and Nolan Edward. Oh my God. Nolan has been making his moves over in H2O lately, which is great, and has been a home for him now as well. And to go up against Drew Blood, I don't know what to see of this match. I really don't. Wow.
this one could definitely go a couple different ways. I think tale of two stories with this one. The young upstart who's here to try to tell his story, and then you have Drew Blood, the veteran that I've known since I've started. When I was a young boy in the business, looked out for me, and now I'm his boss, so it's weird. But Drew Blood can go, and I think a lot of people forget that. And I would 100 wholeheartedly say that this is the biggest match in Drew Blood's career. This is to show the world that he can go and hang with the best. And right now, Nolan Edward, in my opinion, is one of the best for his time, even in his short time in the business, in his tenure, his knowledge and wherewithal of the ring, and in and outside of it, is inspiring. So it's another one. That's another, not a sleeper match in the card, but just another match that could steal the show. They're gonna dance in Atlantic City and just hopefully, they're gonna do their thing, and I'm excited for it.
Oh man, let me get to some of these comments in the chat. I see you guys. I'm sorry. John Campbell says, "When is there going to be a women's H2O champion?"
Well, we did have the WH2O Women's Championship. It was last held by Max the Impaler, and then the pandemic happened, and plans that we had, a lot of things changed. Right now, I would say that title's pretty much vacated and non-existent, because WH2O and H2O were separate entities, but over time we've seen, especially now, Kennedy and Mickey and Tara on the main H2O shows. So I really looked at it as, why do we have to separate it when the women are just as talented as the men, and they can be on those shows as well. And before Tara Calloway got hurt, there was all the plans in the world to do the first Queen of the Kingdom, which we still will at some point, either this year or next year, when the time is right and the right ladies are ready to rock and roll. We will do that in late 2021 or early 2022.
Oh, I love that. Oh, so much. April's in the chat joking. She wants to know when is H2O getting the stove so I can sit there and bake cookies for all your kids.
I'm installing it as we speak.
They look for it. If you don't know, I walk in. If you're not in the front, they're like, "Where's the cookies?" What did I do? What did I start? Jeff Cannonball goes, "How did Deppin do on the first H2O show?"
He wrestled Jeff Cannonball. I know that. And I think Jeff Cannonball, he was a bad man in that match. But I think they had a tremendous match. That's about all I can remember off the top of my head. 5 some odd years ago, but That was a damn good match.
Jeff likes hitting the hard question. I can't with you. Louis in the chat. He goes, "Hey, boss man, very excited to be there Sunday." Captain Dave, shout out to you. Bryce, he's in the chat. He's screaming cookies. And Jeff Cannonball said, "Yeah, and Tony lost." You guys are a hot mess. Okay, so we're going to move on. What do we got next here? All right, so you announced the match today. 8-man. So we have Kid Osborne, Bam Sullivan, Gigi Everson, and a mystery partner against Dan O'Hara, Aiden Bale, Mouse, and a mystery partner. So I have no clue, because I was sitting here before this podcast trying to figure out who's going to be the mystery. Something tells me Jeff Cannonball is going to be one of the mystery guys in this. I don't know why. I could be wrong. Something tells me he might be. But yeah, so it's going to be chaotic. I would have thought like Nolan would have been part of this, but obviously Nolan hasn't matched. So if you guys have any thoughts in the chat of who the mystery guys are, let me know. I'm really curious to see who you guys thought. So how did this come about for everybody for this 8-man?
This is big old multi-man tag with a lot of grievances between a lot of people. Obviously Kit and Big Scared Dan O'Hare, Bam and Mouse and Aiden. And Aiden's going to finally get into the mix. He hasn't been here in a couple shows. He's been busy being a dad. And then there's just Gigi, big old brute. He's just an angry young man looking to fight. And now both sides have a mystery partner of their choosing on each side. I mean, hell, I'll give I can give away those mystery people if you'd like.
Ooh, you want to give us an exclusive?
Sure.
Ooh, we're getting the exclusive. I love it. Okay.
Just to stay in with the grievances and the personal rivalries going on, just two H2O guys. So it'll be Kit, Bam, Gigi, and Darian Hardway against Mouse, Aiden, Dan, and Frankie Picard in that 8-man tag.
Ooh, because the feud between Darian and Frankie is never over. Never over. It's going to be one of those fight forever kind of situations between those two. And I loved being in the crowd this past weekend for that. And I love how all the action was on one side and the chants that were going on. But, okay. I'm excited. Are you guys hyped yet, guys? Because I'm hyped. So I'm really, really hyped. So we get the exclusive here on the North Bar Network. So, I'm looking forward to this. So let's go to the 4-way. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I know, like, Jeff Cannonball's in this 4-way. Why did I think that? My brain is all over the place. So, Jeff, you're here. Declan Grant, Louis, and Lothbrock is going to be for the 4-way for number 1 contenders. Future shot. Oh, wait. We got wholesome content. It's Sullivan.
He's the real booker. He makes all the matches.
That's the real MVP. MVP right there. Look how cute. I love it. I love that everybody's like dogs have been coming on the network lately. So, hi Sullivan. He's such a happy guy. I love that when he runs around in the building. And like, if like somebody stops giving him attention, then he moves on to like the next person that will give him attention.
That's what he does.
Yeah. Jeff goes, ugh, that dog. Why you be like that? Huh? So
he's not a dog man. He likes cats.
I'm a dog person myself. I got McDuff. McDuff's in the other room. That's true. He's got cats. So, but anyway, let's talk about this 4-way. This is gonna be crazy. I'm looking forward to this. I don't even know who's gonna win, to be honest with you, and I'm shutting my mouth since people are in the chat. I'm just shutting my mouth here. But yeah, so what do you think we should expect out of this match?
this probably could be the craziest match of the night. Uh, Cade, he's another H2O OG, former H2O champion, Hardcore Kingdom winner. Uh, Low Life Louie, former heavyweight champ, former King of the No Ring tournament winner. Cannonball, he's done everything under the sun here at H2O. I believe the only Grand Slam. He's been heavyweight champ, Danny Havoc champ, tag team champ. He's done it all at H2O. And then you got the young gunslinger Declan Grant, and he's won Heir of the Throne this year, Hardcore Kingdom this year, and all four of them vying for a shot at the title that isn't just the title here. It means a lot to a lot of different people here for many different reasons, and we got to get that belt back. And I know any four of them are capable of doing just that. Winning that match this weekend and then cashing in that opportunity at some point for versus whomever is the champion after Atlantic City this weekend.
Yeah. Oof. I don't know. And Declan got his trophy, his championship over there since RSP broke it. And I know Jeff wants his title back. So, but Bam, I don't know. Like, I feel like, I know he's not in this match, but he was the first champion. It's like, there's a lot going on here. A lot of storyline happening. So good luck to you guys. I ain't picking a winner for this because I'm just shutting my mouth. So we're going to move on. I'm not pissing anybody off. So we're going to move on. Let's talk about the 6-pack challenge. I'm looking forward to this for the Hyper Championship. So is Gregory Iron in trouble here, guys? Because there's a lot of power in this match. Again, this is another match. I was so excited when this was announced. I have a lot of favorites here. This is going to be a crazy. I'm a big fan of scramble matches. So now we have our 6-pack here. You got Big Red. You got Reed. You got Brandon Kirk. You got Lucky 13 that we haven't seen a little bit. And Mike Quest, who's been around lately, even over on Undiscovered too, right? He was there a couple of weeks ago on Undiscovered, I think it was. Was he there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, him and Corvus.
Yes.
Reunited Garden State Gods had a great tag match against Ross and Bradley a month or so ago.
Yeah. So he's been back. So it's exciting to see people come back. I love Eric Corvus. Corvus is great. But this, again, I have a thing for scrambles and all stuff and 6-pack matches. So I feel like Gregory Iron should be worried if he's not worried in this match, because anything can happen. So
yeah, he's in trouble.
He is in trouble.
I will say this, as much as I might have a disdain for 440, Gregory Iron, after being kidnapped this past weekend, having his hands tied and I think his legs tied for a few moments, had a better match. He killed it with Reed Walker, and he had a better match with his hands tied than some people don't without their hands tied. And that's just a testament of his abilities as a performer. So 440, they can fuck off. But good shit, Greg, with Reed. Big Red, my pick's Big Red. I think he's got to watch out for the craziness that Big Red brings to the ring. Kirk and Lucky, a lot of history here. Mike Quest is one of the trainers here at the H2O Academy as well. He's put his time in, and everybody in that match has put the work in, and they earned that opportunity. And it's going to be one hell. And we don't do too many scrambles at H2O, so 6-pack challenge match should be fun.
Yeah.
Called it that because I remember the 6-pack challenge match from Unforgiven '99 in WWF. So that's why I wanted to call it something different and not call it a scramble.
I love it so much. So let's talk about our main event here, okay? Because this is the match that has been brewing for months and months and months. Raver's pissed. Raver is mad. All the belts are not in H2O. It's all 440H. The history here between Raver and RSP, another round of this. Like, this is going to be brutal, I feel. If you guys don't think it's going to be brutal, like, think again. This is nuts. So, what do you think about all this? Like, casket match. Bring the shovels, I guess, right? Yeah. I don't I have no words for this match.
This one, pretty sure this is the first casket match we have done in H2O. The casket is built by the hands of the H2O's finest. Sits here in the building now as we get ready to take it to Atlantic City in a couple days. It is massive. It is Undertaker Yokozuna size casket. And we made it big enough so G Raver can take care of all 440 and fit them all in the casket at once and get them the hell out of Dodge. And G Raver get rid of them and then get our heavyweight title back. This one's pretty personal. You know, G Raver and Ricky fought back in April at Misery Business. Had a hell of a match. A lot of shenanigans. And that's when I had to catch my friend as they power bombed him outside of the ring onto a car that still sits here at the building. So every day when I open the garage door, I have to look at that car, and that reminds me of that moment, that will live on in H2O's history. So yeah, Raver's pissed. He's got all the, and he's got reason to be pissed. So he's gonna, and they've said a lot of things, and but I think actions will speak louder than words. It is on the biggest show and probably the biggest main event of this company's history thus far, and it's H2O and 440 and pulling for Raver, bury them all alive, and walk out with the title.
So I have a question that if, and like, this is just hypothetical, if we are unsuccessful on bringing back all the H2O titles back to H2O, then what?
It's a good question. Last weekend was, though we were unsuccessful in winning certain matches or whatever, at the end of the day we fought back, and it's something we needed to do. A united front, especially being even though there's only a few of 440, we were down some of our biggest key guys this past weekend. Devin Moore was out for a few months, and he just came back on that show. I haven't seen Chuck Payne since Death Anniversary. A lot of our key guys weren't there, but we still fought back, and that was because of WTF, and they were the last people I thought we would have in our back pocket to help us out. But at the same time, I should have known better, because I guess there's only one room. There's only room big enough for one group from Ohio, and I'm glad to have WTF on our side. If we don't get the job done this weekend, I think things are going to get a little more intense, because this has been going on, like I said, since November, and come August 28th is the next show after Hustlepalooza. When we're back live on IWTV on August 28th. That show's called Written in Blood. And
oh, sorry. So go ahead. Sorry about that.
All good. And that'll be, as much as this weekend is an important show, the next month is important.
All right.
I'm hoping we can get some of the belts back. If not, sometimes I guess you might have to put something else on the line to get something that you need to get back of your own. So we shall see. But I have all faith in Atlantic City and in my hometown that we can get the job done and get some realign the balance back here at H2O.
Yeah, definitely need the balance back. I'm looking forward to this weekend. Guys, get your butt down AC. All right, come on down, come hang. So obviously tickets are still on sale. You could get at the door. Should it just be like walk in, or should they message you, or now since the rows are sold out?
I believe the first 3 rows are gone,
Mm-hmm.
and that was all the reserve seating. Um, there will be, I think, anywhere from 400 to 500 chairs available. So there'll be plenty of chairs, plenty of tickets. Reserve seating has ended, so now yes, you can just get your $20 GA tickets at the door. So that'll be 4th row and back, um, and those are first come first serve. But there'll be plenty of seating for everybody, and I'm looking forward to bringing our presentation of pro wrestling to Atlantic City this weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm glad because I feel like a lot of new fans are gonna come too this weekend, which I'm really excited for them to see. Are there any should anybody expect any surprises this weekend?
Knowing H2O and knowing this is our first shindig in Atlantic City, my hometown, never know.
You heard it there, guys. So, really excited. This is going to be on IWTV, correct? Like next week, it's going to premiere. Is that what I read?
Yes, just talk to the powers to be there at IWTV, and we will do our due diligence and get this event edited and produced as quickly as possible to premiere on IWTV sometime next weekend on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. This is going to make this show a must-see show. So can't be there. It's not streaming, so be there live and in living color, as I like to say. And then if you can't make it, following weekend we will premiere it on IWTV.
And be loud on social, guys. Like, use the hashtag, do all that fun stuff, get it out there so other people can enjoy it as well. Bring streamers, because I don't want to be the only one causing havoc at the shows, because I cause a lot of havoc with the streamers. I'm sorry, but I think you guys like it. Jason might not be too happy with me. I love you, Jason. But bring some streamers. It's always cool to see the streamers. Nolan really likes streamer guys, so if you're gonna throw streamers, throw them at Nolan. But yeah, so the other thing, and I know like there are some fans that I'm just gonna come off of with Hustlepalooza, and I'm sure this is probably a question, and I don't think I had asked you this before, but if somebody wanted to come train at H2O, can you just elaborate like what they need to do and everything in that situation?
Sure. Right now, the H2O Wrestling Academy. So I stepped down as a trainer some time ago because of the growth of the business. I had to put more time, energy, and focus into day-to-day logistics, and not the running of the school anymore. But the school's in very good hands. The school's open 4 days a week now. Tuesday night is run by Preacher Vinius James. Wednesday night, currently, our Wednesday class, Nolan Edward, is the trainer for Wednesday nights. Thursday is run by Mike Quest. And Friday, just joining up on the H2O family, is Jenny Rose. And Bobby Dempsey's been coming through as well with her. There's a diverse group of trainers here that you can learn something from everybody. Which is what it should all be about. Currently, school never opened the school. It was never about money opening the school. Because there's a lot of places I feel like it's just a money grab, and we take great pride in creating that positive atmosphere, and that it just encourages these kids to grow and to learn and to really absorb the business in a good light, and here at least create a path with no BS or drama. A lot of these kids, this place is an outlet for them and is a home for them, and it really comes off in their training and the time, effort, and work that they put in. Um, it's $100 a month. I don't no big money down. It's no You don't have to pay $500 down or $1,000 down. The tryout is free, and there's not even a pass or fail with the tryout. It's tough, it's hard, and we just asked for you to come in and push yourself to show us, how bad you want it to be in the ring. I think it's just an evolution of old school adages that can be better taught this day and age. And once you get through that, if you come back the following week and you sit down with me, sign a quick little waiver, and it's $100 a month. And that's all I ever ask of you when you come here. And for what is provided and the people that you are here to learn from, I feel like the proof is in the pudding, as they say, and you can see. Just look at Austin and Marcus, Rocket, Reed, Red. All these kids have excelled, and not only have they become good performers, but even better human beings. And that, at the end of the day, that is the biggest thing we can do. Provide that canvas for them to be under the bright lights and strive to live those dreams. And at the end of the day, just being a good person is what I'm all about and want to hear and see, because I don't tolerate any of that here. And the sky's the limit for a lot of these kids. And if you come here, you will get all the time and attention that you deserve and for the work that you put in. No lazy kids here at H2O, or you didn't get no opportunities. But they work hard, and I'm looking at the screen now, and there's quite a few of them here now, going through their beginning fundamental drills of class, and it's just good to see. There's something going on here every day now, and it's awesome.
It's so nice to see. And these kids, it's just amazing. They are. And again, even having opportunities to chat with them on the network and seeing how they're growing and them getting the opportunities and seeing them spew out. I know we've talked about that on other episodes about these kids, how you feel that you're a dad, being nervous when they're at other promotions, no peace, or it's just a GCW, JCW. It's crazy to see what's going on. These kids are young. These kids are from 18 to 22, the ones that he just mentioned. And it's nuts. I can only imagine where they're going to be in 5 years. So
it's scary. It's scary how good they are.
Yeah, they're good. If you don't know who these kids are, pay attention. That's what I've been pushing down everybody's neck. They're that good. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited for this weekend. Let me see. I got some stuff in the chat. Donnie's in chat. He goes, 1 year, 5 years more. What are some milestones you'd like to reach with H2O?
I've always, at least a goal for myself as the promoter, and putting together, the team effort here. That's the creative process. Seeing the growth that we've had this year has been very, very humbling, because we've said mom and pop corner store all the time that we've been, but as we grow and I see the numbers grow and this and that, so it's been very rewarding throughout the course of the year. Goal of mine is to be IWTV's one of their top providers, and give them content and generate just nothing but good for them and us. So that's been a goal, is just to continue to be a top provider for them. There's a building over in Philadelphia I'd really like to run at some point this year, next year. And I think, celebrating 5 years was very cool, because I don't know where the last 5 years went. That's what happens when you're in the wrestling business. It flies by. I think to just continue to keep doing what we're doing and continue to ride this enjoyable wave of what's going on here right now. I'd like to tell the kids a lot of times that it's happening, and just let it happen, because you don't know how long it's going to last. And it's a fun, special time. And I worked for other promotions over the years, CZW, GCW, and was the top guy. Was a part of some very cool things, and they were two of the biggest promotions going, and felt like what it was like to be a part of a top wrestling promotion. And that's all I want these guys here to feel as well, whether they're students training or veterans that have been here since day one. Traveling more, going overseas, just doing a lot of things. Possibilities are endless, and I feel like we haven't even scratched the surface of what we can do and what we are doing right now, and what we'll continue to do for the foreseeable future. I look forward to the next show, and I can't. I never would have thought running a show in my hometown, and I thank GCW and Brett for the platform to be able to even run in the showboat this weekend. It is huge for us to have different eyes on us on a big weekend. Not only for us but for GCW. So to work together and have them provide the platform, it's huge. So I'm hoping we walk out of the showboat on Sunday afternoon with some new fans, and continue to show everybody what our presentation of pro wrestling is, and that's what keeps me excited and waking up every morning.
That's so great. One other question in the chat was, are you bringing Sullivan to Atlantic City?
Sully, I believe so. I think the wife is bringing the dog. He may be at the door giving you your wristbands.
Ooh, you never know. And make sure you give him butt scratch, because he loves some butt scratches. I love it. So with that being said, guys, we're gonna call this to an end. So Matt, thank you so much for coming on, chatting with me about the card. I'm so excited for this weekend. You guys will see backstage stuff that I'll be recording for you guys, so make sure you're subscribed to the No Holds Barred Network as well. Yeah, so I guess that's about it. Is there anything else, Matt, that I didn't cover?
I think you got it all. Again, as always, I appreciate being on here. I appreciate you having all the kids on the show and giving them a platform to tell their story, and and what they're doing in the business, and just know I appreciate you and your time and effort that you have put into H2O as well, and that goes a long way with me. So just thank you as always.
Thank you, and I love all the kids, and I love everybody over there, and you guys are great. I'm just here to advocate for independent wrestling for everybody here, and we're gonna have a kick-ass show this weekend.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna get a whole bunch of new fans, and guys, bring streamers. I can't stress streamers. Jason's gonna hate me. I'm sorry. But anyway, guys, make sure you tune on in, get tickets if you haven't already, and we will talk to you soon. Stay safe and support independent wrestling, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.